What's going on, Clash Bashers? Rocky here today, and today we are starting sneak peeks for the fall update. We got some massive changes coming in this update. We're going to talk about it all here today, but before we do, guys, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on all those notifications. That way you don't miss any future updates, especially about the sneak peeks for this fall update. Let's go ahead and hop into it because there are some massive changes coming. So today we're going to be talking about balance changes. That's always one of the big things about any update is balance changes, any little changes to troops, and we have some major changes coming to these guys right here, the wall breakers. They've been a little bit part of some controversy in my opinion, because the difference between a super wall breaker and a regular wall breaker is night and day. So there's going to be some massive changes coming to the wall breakers that are going to change that. Now let's go ahead and start off with the minor detail changes about the wall breakers. Wall breakers will now be able to use a jump spell. I don't know if you've ever tried to throw a wall breaker into a jump spell, but they tend not to take the jump spell. They'll rather hit the wall on the outside rather than jump over. But now with this next change, they're going to be able to take the jump spell. So you'll be able to see wall breakers, for instance, jumping over this compartment and perhaps getting all the way to that evil compartment. This is going to be game changer. That's going to be massive. Having better wall breaks, like even getting further into the base with the wall breaks, is going to be massive. And then another change coming to the wall breakers is the AI is going to be improved a little bit. I don't know how many times I've deployed wall breakers and like 2 go this way, 3 go this way, and I fail my wall breaks and it ruins the attack. And I'll try to get that to replicate here, but now we're going to have better wall breaker AI, so they'll likely go to the same wall. Look right there, you see like 2 went that way, 2 went that way. So if you deploy them in the same area or a similar area, they should make the right decision to go to the same wall. That way you're less likely to fail there. Next up, we have the biggest change coming to wall breakers. Oh my goodness, I'm so pumped about this. So right now, if you deploy wall breakers and they get taken out, they just die, right? Like, that's a pretty big issue, and that's the main difference between a regular wall breaker and a super wall breaker. If we see here with the super wall breakers, even if they get taken out, still deal that death damage. That might not have been the greatest example, but check this out. They still deal death damage, so they're gonna explode and deal damage no matter what. Now, that one didn't get to the wall, but with this next change, the regular wall breakers are gonna have that same death damage. So they're gonna take a little bit of damage from their hit damage, which let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. So right now, a level 9 wall breaker, a max wall breaker, has 120 damage. And remember, that's 40 times to walls. So the big change here is those level 9 wall breakers are going to lose some of that damage. They're going to go down to 86 damage, which will still be times 40 against walls. However, they're going to get a death damage of 48, which will also be times 40. So this is going to be massive. This is going to allow us to be able to maybe fail a wall break, but still get that death damage and break open the wall. This is going to kind of change in, so you can use regular wall breakers similar to a super wall breaker. Now, for a max level, the death damage will be 48. So let's do some quick math here. Let's see, a wall has 11,500 damage. So if we go 48 times 40, we get a damage of 1920, so 1,920. So if we divide 11,500, I know you guys can't see the calculator, by 1920, we're going to need 6 wall breakers to break through a max wall on the outside. So that's pretty interesting. Now, what about like a regular wall breaker against these walls? So the regular wall breaker is going to have 86 damage times 40, which is going to be 3440. So we'll go 11,500 divided by 3440, and we get 3.5, so 4 wall breakers to go in there. And then a rage wall breaker will obviously do a little bit more damage. It'll probably be 1 or 2 rage wall breakers, I would assume. But for instance, like the info says here for me, and again, this is always subject to change as we're in sneak peeks. So for instance, 1 rage wall breaker will destroy a wall. So that should be true throughout. So 1 to 1. I guess I should have read it before we started talking. 2 wall breakers will destroy up to a level 9 wall, Town Hall 9 and below. So if you have Town Hall 9 level wall breakers, 2 should destroy a wall. And that goes from Town Hall 8, Town Hall 7, all that. 3 will destroy a Town Hall 10 wall, and 6 can destroy a Town Hall 11 or a Town Hall 10 plus if they die within proximity. So if they die close enough, similar to the super wall breakers, they'll still be able to take it out if you bring 6. So essentially what we're doing is a super wall breaker has a housing space of 8, So essentially with a housing space of 12, you can use the regular wall breakers. Now, will this ruin super wall breakers? That's the big question here. Will super wall breakers kind of be obsolete after that? I'm not sure, but this is a massive change coming to the game. And in my opinion, it's something that we needed because the attacking skill gap between regular wall breakers and super wall breakers is massive. Having those super wall breakers for like a queen charge hybrid makes the world of difference. So being able to do that and maybe use a different super troop in there as well is going to be a huge change coming to Clash Clans. I'm so pumped up about this one, guys. I'm really excited to know what you guys think about it. Let me know down there in the comments. Are you pumped up for the super wall breakers? But we got more, guys. That's not all. We got more. Next up, we're going to get a little bit of a change to the Inferno Dragon, which is the super troop for the baby dragon. Remember, it just spits out one Inferno beam and it heats up and deals damage over time. As we see here, we can see the damage going from 80 to 1600. The Inferno Dragon's beam will no longer heat up while flying. So say the Inferno Dragon gets pushed or something, it's not gonna heat up. However, the charge time for the higher damage has been reduced. So before it took a little bit longer. Let's see if we can go back and try these guys. It would take a little bit longer to heat up. Now it's gonna heat up a little bit faster. I don't have an example of this. We'll have that soon, but for now we'll just have to kind of like imagine. But you can kind of see here, we'll have that change coming where that Inferno beam is going to heat up just a little bit faster here for the future Inferno Dragons. That's a pretty nice change as well. Maybe make them a little bit more viable on offense. And unfortunately, guys, the Clash labor laws have caught up to us. I didn't even know this was a thing, but apparently the International Clash Workers Union has caught up to us, and the Siege Barracks is getting a minor change here. In order to comply with the Clash labor laws, the level 4 Siege Barracks Wizards has been reduced from 12 capacity to 11. So we'll lose one wizard in there. Not like the end of the world change, but we gotta comply out here, guys. We gotta make it happen. So Siege Barracks level 4 will get 11 wizards rather than 12. We will still get the P.E.K.K.A out in front as well. So a big change coming to Electro Dragons is that the Chain Lightning will now go to the highest hit point building if the buildings are the same distance apart. This used to be really hard and unpredictable to kind of figure out where they're gonna go, but now we'll know that it'll go to that highest hit point building. So this will allow for more predictable Electro Dragons, especially like if you're using them to funnel. So like before, you know, all these buildings are the same distance apart. Where is it gonna go? But now we would know it would go from that collector to the elixir storage and then to another storage rather than to the collector. So the chain damage is going to go to the highest hit point building if they're the same distance apart. That's a big thing. If they're not the same distance apart, let's see if we have something like that over here. Not really, it's a progress base. But if they're not the same distance apart, it's going to just go in the regular chain. Like for instance, it would go, you know, to like here. So it would go to one of these barracks rather than the gold mine. But if they're the same distance apart, it's going to go to the higher hit point building. That's a big change there with the Electro Dragon. So this next change is for flying units in general. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to replicate this very well, but we'll try. So the next change is going to be that the improved AI for all flying units, so not just balloons like I'm going to show here, all flying units in general, they won't be forced to retarget when a hidden Tesla appears and their current target is a better target. So for instance, there should be a Tesla like in this general vicinity, and then it'll pop up, and sometimes it'll cause like those balloons to retarget maybe onto like that cannon or something, but that's not going to happen anymore. They'll still go for that same target if a hidden Tesla comes up. A little bit hard to demonstrate that one, but hopefully you guys know what I mean. Guys, they must have heard me talking about how OP Zap Drags is at Town Hall 10. At Town Hall 10, the level 8 air defense will have a hit point increase of just 10. Just 10. The reason being, it's going to make them resistant to lightning spells at Town Hall 10. So right now, 3 lightning spells at 400 damage each will take out the level 8 air defense at 1200 hit points, but at 1210 hit points, the lightning spells will not take them down. Now, I don't know how this will affect with Earthquake. Let's do some quick math here. Quick math, so at Town Hall 10, we get an Earthquake that deals 25% damage. So let's bring up the calculator here. All right, I'm doing quick math. So it'll be 1210 times 0.75. Okay, so it's gonna be 907.5 hit points left, which will still require 3 of those lightning spells. So that's pretty interesting, guys. That's pretty interesting change. Nerfing like the dragons and the Lalo at Town Hall 10. Remember, we used to just zap out 3 of these air defenses with 3 lightning spells each, dive out the last one with the heroes, and just wreck a base with dragons. It was the most fun thing to do ever, but they kind of caught on and they're nerfing that. And probably the most underutilized spell in the game, the skeleton spell. Oh, the poor skeleton spell. They've been trying so hard to make it work better. The skeleton spell will spawn one more skeleton at each and every level, so trying to get it a little bit stronger. Will we ever see the skeleton spell used a ton? I'm not sure, but we will get one more skeleton at each skeleton spell level. Next up, we're going to get some reduction to upgrade times and costs for multiple Dark Elixir troops. Now, there'll be a full list. If you go to like the Clash Clans forums or like the Clash Clans Twitter, they should have it tweeted out. I'll try to remember to link it, but most likely I'll forget, but I'll try. So this is going to be through multiple levels and there'll be a full list, but starting off with like minions, this is going to be multiple levels affected by this. But for instance, right here on our Town Hall 10, our Back to Basics Town Hall 10 here, upgrading to level 6 minions, it's a 7.5 day, 50,000 Dark Elixir upgrade going up to level 6. The new time is going to be 5 days and 40,000 Dark Elixir. So a big reduction right there. For Hog Riders, let's see, we get Hog Riders going up to level 6. It used to be 7.5 days, 60,000 as we see here. It's now going to be 5.5 days and 50,000. So a little bit cheaper to upgrade those Hoggies. Valkyries here. For level 5 Valks, for instance, again, multiple levels are affected by this, but for the level 5 Valkyries, it was an 8-day upgrade. It's now going to be a 6-day upgrade. Was 70,000 Dark Elixir, as we see here. Now going to be 60,000 Dark Elixir. And then the Golem, for a level 5 Golem, just for instance, again, remember, multiple levels affected. At level 5, we would have an 8-day upgrade that cost us 80,000. It will now be a 6-day upgrade for 70,000. So a little bit cheaper, a little bit faster. Witches, let's see, Witches right here, level 3. 9-day upgrade, 120,000 Dark Elixir. Pretty pricey, right? They're going to get a massive reduction down to 6.5 days and 80,000 Dark Elixir. And there's other levels that are affected by this for the Witches. At level 2, level 4, they're going to be affected by this as well. Lava Hounds, which we don't get a Lava Hound upgrade. But for instance, like if we were going at Town Hall 9, going up to 2 to 3, or no, wait, at Town Hall 10, we went up from 2 to 3 rather. It was 9 days, 120,000 Dark Elixir. It's going to be 6.5 days, 80,000 Dark. Nope, that's the Witch. That's wrong. It was 8 days, 70,000 Dark Elixir. It's going to be 6.5 days, still 70,000 Dark Elixir. So the level 3 Lava Hound, again, multiple levels affected. My bad, guys. And then Bowlers, for instance, our level 2 Bowlers here. It was 8.5 days. 120,000 Dark Elixir, as we see here. It will now be 7 days and 90,000 Dark Elixir. So big reductions, and that is affected through multiple levels, levels 2 and 3 for the Bowlers. So we're gonna have some massive changes coming to Clash Clans. I think I'm most pumped up about these wall breaker changes. I'm really sad about the Town Hall 10 nerf to the lightning spells, but it kind of had to be done because I would just literally use lightning spells to take out 3 of the air defenses, dive my heroes onto the 4th one, and just crush the base with my dragons. Wall breaker change is massive. Let me know what you guys think about these. We're underway with the sneak peeks for the fall update. I'm really pumped up. We got some more stuff coming for you guys. So again, make sure you subscribe and have all those notifications on. Hopefully you guys are pumped up for these changes. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing. Wow, you watched that whole video? Here's another video that YouTube thinks you'll like, and here's a playlist of similar videos.